Hey folks, it's Dan Gage, December 2011, and this one's called My Harmonica Buying Guide Part 2 for the more advanced player. Now I just made a video to talk to the folks who were raw beginners or really looking to buy a harmonica for a gift. This video is more for the folks that are kind of getting into playing and want to take it a little more seriously, but you're maybe at that point where you're saying, well, I've got a harmonica or one or two harmonicas, what do I do next? And I've taken the initiative, yeah, yay Dan, right? Taking the time to buy a bunch of different harmonicas that I hadn't tried before. And I'm going to try to lay them all out for you so we can talk about different levels of harmonicas, different companies and different models of harmonicas, and all going to be focused on the 10-hole diatonic harmonica. So it should be a lot of fun if I can pull it together. I've already got I'm going to go stack up the harmonicas and then we'll take a look at them. So let's talk about different diatonic harmonicas. I think the best thing for me to do is to break it down into categories. Category 1 would be sort of lower budget, more affordable harmonicas. Category 2 is going to be middle of the road, which for me is going to be the most of the harmonica models that I have to talk about. And then part 3, category 3 can be higher dollar harmonicas, and then moving into maybe a part 4 talking about customized harmonicas and really the state of the art of the instrument. So let's lay them all out. So there they are, 15 different models of harmonica ranging from the cheapest of the cheap to some of the best you can buy, laid out for your amusement. And we'll go through them by categories, but starting off with the Hohner Blues Band, Johnson Blues King, the Pocket Pal, the American Ace, Folkmaster from Suzuki, Huang Silvertone Deluxe, the Classic Marine Band, the Lee Oscar Special 20, Big River Harp, Herring 1923. Actually, there's 16. The Herring, I don't even know what that other one is. Seidel Blues Session, the Suzuki Manji, the Hohner Crossover, Hohner Marine Band Deluxe, a custom harmonica by Chris McCulloch, a couple of customs by Brad Harrison, custom harmonica made by Jason Ritchie, and a custom harmonica bagpipe tuned by my friend Blunt White, and the 100-year anniversary 1896 Marine Band, a little collectible in there for you. So there's the whole mix laid out on the kitchen table. Let's talk about them individually. Here's the Hohner Blues Band and the Johnson Blues King. For my money, it's not worth the money for these harmonicas. They're great to give away for kids, maybe. That's why I have the Blues Band, in case I do a show in the daytime and there's a little kid, I keep a couple and can give them out. Otherwise, if you're going to get into playing this thing, it's probably better to go at least one level up. In the $8-ish to $12-ish range, it all depends, these harmonicas, starting at the top, the Hohner Pocket Pal, a classic beginner harmonica, another Hohner at the bottom, the American Ace, which I've conveniently placed upside down, the Huang Silvertone Deluxe, just showing you that there are other brands than Hohner out there, folks, a lot of products, and the Suzuki Folkmaster. For me, these ones fall into the category of playable, definitely harps you can use to learn with. I could make a gig right now on either of the Hohners, no problem. It wouldn't be as good or as easy to play, but totally solid to get started with. So here's the first place, I think, for beginners, the first level to look into. We'll call this the $20 to $40 range. Currently, it's 2011. On the bottom, we've got the Hohner Special 20, the Hohner Marine Band in the middle, the classic, the Lee Oscar major diatonic harmonica, couple by Herring, the Herring 1923, and I think it's called the Herring Blues, the plastic one, and the Hohner Big River. Now, all these harps are absolutely appropriate for the beginner or the professional. They're great harmonicas. They cost a little bit more. They play a little bit better. There's differences. The Big River's probably the lowest cost. The Lee Oscar has a great labeling system where they give you different keys. So if you're looking for what second position key to play in, they give it to you on there. That's kind of handy. The Marine Band is the classic. The Special 20 plays really well. It's just my favorite. I've played it for years. The 1923 from Herring, it's kind of a decent harp. It's a little bit heavier. It's got a nice heft to it. It's pretty decently made. These are all good harmonicas to check out. Next level up. This is roughly the $60 range for harmonicas, depending on where you get them. Two models by Hohner. The Hohner Crossover, which is fairly new. It's got a bamboo comb. The reeds are, the action of the reeds is quite a bit better than the Marine Band. The Marine Band Deluxe, which is, the two are very similar. They both feature, let me turn it here, opened up cover plates. This has got, I think it's pearwood comb, just like the Marine Band, as opposed to the bamboo of the Crossover. We'll talk about combs a little bit later. Then you have a harmonica that's very popular in the harmonica community right now, the Suzuki Manji, also opened up. Folks, the comb is, I'm not really sure what, it's a composite material that this comb is made out of. A lot of folks in the harmonica community love this one for its ability to overblow out of the box. So there's the Suzuki Manji. And then Seidel, a company that's been around a long, long time, and they've really pushed a new marketing campaign the last couple of years to really get back in the market. The Seidel, this is a Seidel Blues Session, another plastic harmonica. I bought it to try it out. So these are some of the little more high dollar ones. Maybe not, you don't necessarily need to buy harmonicas at this level if you're just starting out, but they're fun to have, and we'll talk more about what to buy and what to do in a little bit after we talk about customs. On the surface, these harmonicas don't necessarily look very special, but these ones have been customized. The first two in the back row are custom Marine Bands, done by Bradley Harrison. They look like Marine Bands at first, but you'll notice the comb material has been changed as well. You can't tell, but there's one in the end. Is that it? You can just barely see that when Brad doesn't like a reed, he taps it out and screws in a new reed instead of riveting it. It's it's a lot heavier. The reed plates have been, I think he doubles the reed plates, but I don't know. He's also supported the opened up covers, so it's harder to crush. These and the real work in the custom, folks, is the reed work. So the reeds and the reed slots have been, well, worked to play better. So then moving down on the right side is a customized Special 20 done by Chris McCulloch. Unfortunately, Chris passed away last year, so there won't be any more by him, but there are many customizers throughout the harmonica community if you get that far and get into it. This one is a neat harmonica by a friend of mine from Connecticut, and in this case the real customization, the interesting thing is he's retuned it to sound like a bagpipe. I haven't quite figured out how to play it yet, but this is the bagpipe tuning. So there's a lot of reed work that goes in. There's work that goes into making them sound brighter or making them play better, but also into the way they're tuned. Slight differences in tuning for classic harmonicas, or major differences to get some interesting music out of the diatonic. This one, unfortunately, it may be a while before anyone ever sees these retail. This one is called the B Radical, also by Brad Harrison. His story did not turn out all that well so far, but maybe we'll see something like this. This was a truly advanced instrument that he designed and was trying to manufacture. Unfortunately, the cost of doing business got the better of him, but we'll see. I don't think we'll see we've seen the last of him. And finally, here's another thing that people can do. Is to be decorative. This is a harmonica that used to belong to Jason Ritchie, and it doesn't look like much on the surface, but and I won't ever play it because I don't play other people's harmonicas. But you can tell that the reed work has been done, as well as the comb has been sealed and decorated. So the highest level of harmonica. There's also a lot of folks doing different comb materials, lots of talk of combs, and a whole bunch of work that's going into these customized harmonicas. But that's kind of the highest level, state of the art. So let's wrap up. So you're probably thinking, thanks a lot, Dan, for showing me 15, 16 different harmonicas. What do you want me to do with that? Right? That's probably what you're thinking. And I think the advice that I can give you guys practically is to start with something that costs more than about $10. That's really, I don't think it's worth buying a $3 harmonica unless it's for a child. Next, I think that as you build your kit of harmonicas, as you build up to have more keys, I think it's a lot of fun to do so by trying different models of harmonica. So maybe you started with a special 20 and you need a B flat harp because you don't have one yet. Well, maybe you try let's pick one. Maybe you try a Hohner Big River. Maybe you try a Seidel. Maybe you try a something else other than you have. And what you'll develop is either a taste for a lot of different harmonicas or a taste for one or two kinds of harmonicas, and then you can build your kit around, like my kit is mostly special 20s and Marine bands. You can build around what you like. But that's the fun of it, is that instead of saying, Dan, what should I do? You give it a try. You buy your first harmonica in C, then maybe you go to A, I think a D harp, a G harp, and then E, F, B flat. After that, pick different ones. And if you want to go crazy and buy a customized harmonica, be sure that you're not just throwing money at the problem. I think there's a lot of great work being done to make these instruments work wonderfully, but I also think there is a bunch of people out there that want to throw money, just like amplifiers, want to throw money at the problem. And the harmonica does require technique, it does require a lot of effort. Just throwing $200-300 into a harmonica isn't going to give you what you want from it. So don't use it as an excuse, but do explore it. Do get onto the harmonica community sites and learn about all the events that's going on, especially if you're a techie, if you're a gear guy. And check it out. It's a lot of fun, harmonicas. So I know this has been a drier video without any playing in it, but I can't really sit and play every one, and there's really not a huge difference in the way they sound. There is a difference, but we don't have time to go through them all. I hope this has been fun, and I'm going to make another video just because I haven't played for an hour as I've been talking to you guys. So my name is Dan Gage. I hope this has been useful for you, and I hope you keep watching. See you next time.